Okay, we're getting right into this without any intro or anything. You see me with basic cotton cloth. I'm cutting it 8.5 inches by 11 inches, and I'm doing the same with some freezer paper, which you can get at the grocery store. You can get stabilizer or a heat and bond type of stabilizer. It's kind of like a thin glue. It's the same concept, but it leaves glue on the back of your material or your, whatever you're working on. And it is able to glue on to another piece of material. A lot of people use this for embroidery, but freezer paper was cheaper and it doesn't leave any glue or residue on the back of your fabric. These worked out just fine, but as you can see, I was testing out the board with with a towel and see if it could take the heat, and it cannot, but it's fine now that I put the wood under the towel. But I heated up my iron. You take the glossy side of the freezer paper and you just put it face down onto the fabric and then just lightly iron it, and then you have your nice fabric that can now go through the printer. So after I did that, this is me messing with my tablet. I got on my Windows Excel or Microsoft Excel and used the Word one or the Word app. Microsoft Excel, Word Excel. I don't know. They have so many names to them now, but I ended up doing like 5 rows and 3 columns of my logo on these labels, but I should have done like 3 columns with 3 rows, or maybe even 4 rows of 3 columns. I know I keep going back and forth. It sounds confusing, but yeah, I should have allowed more seam allowances. The further you have these spaced out and in line, the better that you can cut them and have seam allowances. I just wish I would have spaced them out more, but this is just me on my laptop trying to figure it out and having it go through the printer. Some of those I had to go through twice, and it worked out fine. It didn't destroy my printer. They just got stuck. I just pulled it out and it was done. I think there's a button on my printer to where it will manually spit it out, but I just grabbed it myself and pulled it out and it was fine. So some of them I had to redo it, but once you print them through, you can take the backing off and the fabric is super clean. There's no stickiness or residue on the back of it. And my printer works just fine, and the ink showed up just fine. It didn't look too dull or anything like that. And there's a lady that I saw, if I can find the video, I'll put it at the bottom. It was on YouTube. Just look up freezer paper, like freezer paper printing fabric or something like that, and I think the lady said that it does not wash off and is pretty good, and you just need a regular inkjet printer. But this is me peeling them off. I wish I would have gotten the sound of this because it was so nice. Like, it was so satisfying to sit there and peel. But I made 2 types of logos. Oh my goodness, do y'all hear that car? Anyways, I made like a clothing for my crocheted sweaters, and hopefully I can put some leggings online. I bought some new spandex, and I'm going to try to make my own leggings along with scrunchies and stuff, so make sure you follow my Etsy down below. But I made some horizontal I guess you could call them square labels, which they have CBLJ, which is created by Laura Johnson, or crafts by Laura Johnson. And those are going to go on all of my facial pads, and I was going to put them on my beanies, but I realized I have to put them upside down basically on my beanies to where the label has more on top and not at the bottom. With my facial scrubbies, I have the logo towards the bottom. That way the back of it wraps around. It's really hard to explain, but when you put it on the beanie, you need more fabric on top, so the logo is right side up when you flip the brim up. And I wasn't thinking that so clearly. And I have a horizontal label that has my name fully, like, word for word throughout it, if that makes any sense. Like, it has it written out fully, created by Laura Johnson, and I'll put that on my crocheted sweatshirts and pants. So hopefully that wasn't redundant. But yeah, and I was watching Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's what I'm into right now. So comment down below what's your favorite season. I think I'm on season 4. Yeah. And like episode 2 or 3. I think it's like super weird. It's the one where, well, like, spoiler alert, but like Teresa and her sister-in-law Melissa are not getting along. Oh, and here's me putting on the labels or trying it out at first. I just like did a little square or a U. Like, I only did like a U-shaped type of sewing, so I only sewed the edges, and the fold I just left alone, since the fold, you know, is kind of, it's not gonna, how do I explain it? It's not gonna fray on the folds. So I just wanted to get down the sides that I made a seam on so that they don't fray or do anything. And I do iron and fold the labels before I sew them on. But anyways, back to Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm on the episode where, like, Teresa was having, I think Melania, she was having like her 8th birthday party or something, or 12th or 13th, probably 13th. But she was having that birthday, and like Melissa left before they could even have cake. I was like, oh my God, like, why are you gonna leave a party just because somebody had a tiff with you? Me, I swear, if I could be a Real Housewife of like Shreveport, which I'm not from Shreveport, but like if they ever made one, I feel like I should be in it. Or maybe I could do Real Housewives of Dallas, since I'm like, you know, not too far from Dallas. Maybe I can be one of those one day and be like going in and like owning my crap. Because if I were ever on those shows, I would be the one that owns everything. Be like, yeah, I called you a B word. What are you going to do about it? You know, I'm trying to keep it, you know, PG on YouTube though. But I'm just, every time like somebody gets in a tiff and somebody walks away, I'm like, why? I would just sit there and deal with that. But if like somebody absolutely will not, like, I never am the type of person that needs an apology or anything like that, and I'm not trying to go on a rant, but I would be the person that's like, what's your problem? And if they can't get down to the root of their problem, to me, there's no problem on my half, because I feel like if there's a problem that I did, you would be able to tell me right then and there. But if you never tell me you have a problem with me, or what the problem is with me that you have, I'm just like, well, what's your deal? Because that's something on you. You know, if somebody, and in general, if somebody has a problem with you, but they can't pinpoint it, like, it's not with you, it's with them. Trust me. But as you could see, I had a beanie that I was sewing up there, and I realized that the whole label's upside down. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. So I just kept doing my facial scrubbies, and they turned out really good. And I do have some new facial scrubbies. I don't know why, but Etsy, I can't do the auto billing because it always auto bills at like the worst times. So I have to do it manually, and I didn't do it manually last time, but sometimes if it can just pull out of my bank account, it pulls out, but this time it didn't. And it's only like 40 cents because I don't have that much listings, and my listings are all at different intervals, so I make sure that only like 40 to 20 cents pulls out of my bank account. And sometimes it'll pull it out if it's there and available, but if it's not, it shuts down my account. But what's stupid about that is that you can't get into your account, like your shop, to go to the billing to pay for it. Instead, you have to go to your Etsy account, which is totally different apparently, and you have to go through that way, and it's so confusing and so irritating. It's like, okay, you closed down my shop, but I should still be able to get to my listings and edit them, so when I am able to, you know, pay for whatever I owe, that everything will be ready and I'll have new listings up. But with that being said, once I get it up, which will be like today when you see this, and the link will be down below, I can finally show y'all my new stuff. So make sure you go check it out because it's probably there already. And it's like summery, cute material. And I also have new scrunchies. So make sure you check that out. And I probably won't have the scrunchies down yet, but I'll have the new facial pads. So make sure you follow my Etsy shop to get the new updates. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped you, and enjoy these little labels.